Trainer Patrick Fong has been in horse racing for close to 50 years. He has moved from riding and swimming horses to a conditioner of thoroughbreds. QuickGallop.com and the Quick Galloper YouTube channel invite viewers to watch and listen to the compelling lifetime narrative of Trainer Patrick Fong.
Okay, Trainer Patrick Fong. Been here for a long time. I've been going through the gamut of the sport. How did you get involved in horse racing?
Well, one time I'm from Salomon, Westmoreland. One time I ride in a donkey race, and everybody from that day was recommending me to come in racing because I can ride. Those times I only think I could ride, but I really could ride. I wouldn't say I was a rider, but I could help myself. And so I meet a jockey from down there, from Salomar, by the name of Early Gooden. And he encouraged me also. And I have friends like Downswell, and
that's football coach Wendell Downswell.
Coach Wendell Downswell, and like another good friend by the name of Pidey. Those people encouraged me, so I jumped on a vehicle that was going Kingston, come off over Miscligat. Never know anybody, go over Miscligat. But I guess Miscligat is a person like this that like to help riders. So I was over Miscligat for a while.
What year are we talking about now?
Well, I would talk about 73 while over Miscligat. And after I came over, the truck that is in Cayman's Park here, and another Westmorite by the name of Colin Chung was here. So you know, I cling to Colin Chung because he was a Westmorite. And that's where at his table I learned to ride. And I was there riding and
not professionally, learning to ride.
Learning to ride and swimming horses and jumping around. Those days when you learn to ride, learning to ride, you have to look after horses. You have to know everything about horses from the bottom right up to the top. So I was there doing that. My parents never know where I was because I leave out. It's about 4 years after they know where I was. Somebody come at the truck and see me and go back and tell them. So because that the racing I stay in all my life like that until I do the jockey test, gate test, pass, and I was supposed to ride. I met in an accident the Sunday morning.
What kind of accident?
With a horse that ran through the rail with me. And I get like 25 stitches in my head and injure my back. And so I was laid up. So after going to hospital and come back from that injury and thing, I put on a lot of weight and get big. So riding was out of the show for me.
How long was that injury rehabilitation process?
That process take me about, it take me about 3 months.
Okay.
But I was still in racing. I was still riding horses, but I was taking medication and things. Because I leave from the hospital without getting released, and come back in racing. When I just get the fall, I was saying, well, Father God, I just want you to help me to walk out here. Because I won't be coming back. But once I alright again, I head back straight here. So I've been here all them times.
Alright, so riding was no longer a part of the picture now.
Right, so I become a groom with an intention to become a trainer. So by doing that, I always keep tabs on how each trainer train their horses and bring them to the races, the beginnings, anything at all. I used to copy them and put them down.
Alright, so who would be the first set of trainers you would have worked with as a groom?
As a groom, the first set of trainer I worked with was Colin Chung and to somewhat Kingsley Rose. That's for a little time. I was upside Michael Lim. He was really the first one I was upside him, Colin Chung. Yeah. Until I end up working with Wayne DeCosta before, when he just have one horse or two horses at the time. Yeah. Me and Wayne carry a long togetherness in training. I supposed to win the first race of Wayne DeCosta.
Okay. Who was that horse?
That horse was a horse named Adorable. Adorable, yeah.
Was that your first winner, or you would have had winners before?
No, that was my first winner for him too. It was both of us first winner. And I've been with him till he get the horse Mr. D. That horse make his name. Well, I think I win about 8 races with Mr. D before we have a falling out. And we separate way. But we were friends right through till the day he goes down. Was a very good friend of mine.
You spoke earlier of swimming horses as well.
Yes, when I become a groom, I used to do swimming horses as a part-time. I used to swim horses. Fiani, Wayne DeCosta. I used to bring horses in the early morning.
Tell us about that. When you say bring horses in the early morning, from the track to where?
From the track to Port Tennyson. Like 2 o'clock, 1:30 in the morning. And come back. And when I come back, I catch a truck. There was no trailer carrying horses that time. It was a truck, big man truck. They carry like 5-6 horses. And I come back and swim them horses. And then when I finish them early movements, then I look after the horse half until one at a time. I'm not looking after horses anymore. I just have one for myself. Whatever time I finish swimming horses, then I look after him, named thoroughbreds. But in the process of swimming horses, I had thoroughbreds. That was the I was jumping around thoroughbreds, training everything. Me used to make certain everything go right with it. I was a owner of thoroughbreds. That's the first horse I owned in racing. Me and a man, Sonapuku. But I was swimming horses for a couple of years. I used to swim like 14 horses a day.
Well, that's a whole heap of work, man.
Yeah, but I start from like 1:30. So that's how I end up like to sleep from 7 o'clock in the evening or 6:30 in the evening. I go to bed because I have to wake up by that time.
Okay.
So it's breaking me for doing those things. So
Trainer, the public would love to know what it entails to swim a horse when you take them to the beach.
well, it entails a lot of things, you know. First, you have to can swim. Second, you have to know how to swim a horse. Some horses is bad, so you have to put your foot in the chest, brace back and hold him head. So if you go up in the air, you kind of can balance him. Some horse you cannot touch him. So you have to swim around in a circle and you head out and him head out and you swim in a circle. You head out and him head out. You can't touch him. That is a lot of work. Some horses where you cannot touch either, you get something named tail. A horse that is willing to swim, when he swim past you hold the tail and you balance the horse behind him. So you get a, you would call that a toe. Out to where you want to go and then you let go and come in. Since lately a groom just died because obviously him can't swim and something go wrong out there. They don't find him body. In my time coming up, there's about 3 groom we lose that way. So you can't swim.
Trainer, in swimming horses, as against exercising on the track, can you tell when a horse is fit enough and in a condition to win a race?
Yes, I can tell. Well, I don't know about an expert, but I could tell when a horse is in a good rhythm or not, depending on the way the horse breathe when coming in. And sometimes you ride them back to the
Sure.
land, to the shore. So while doing that, you can tell. You used to ride him and him never used to go forward until him start go forward the right way and thing. And one time, the horse that name Fiani, the horse that Fiani win the Guineas with, that I Spence win with.
Viceroy?
Viceroy. Viceroy I used to swim Viceroy. Viceroy never get no much track work for the Guineas because he pick up an injury. So I was the one that was.
Well, he was gelded, I think, a couple of weeks before the race.
Right, so that's why Griffiths never ride him.
Right.
So that's how Spence ride it. Because he's only going to sea.
But in swimming horses, normally how far would you take them? If you were to measure it by miles or
Well,
how
I
far?
can't measure it by miles, but I go a good distance, especially to the type of horse you have.
If you were to go time then, 10 minutes, 15 minutes, what?
About 15 minutes, 20 minutes too.
Okay.
10 minutes too. It depends on the type of horse.
And what you want to give them that day?
Yeah, and Fiani used to have a horse that named Jerry Williams used to look after that horse. When Derby also. I try to remember his name as I go along. The horse, most of his training done in sea. The trainer only take him like certain times and give him work at the track. But I have to prepare him up for reach the work because he never have the foot.
Oh, Prince Consort?
Prince Consort was there. You understand? So me and Reddy used to cut out work for him.
Yeah.
You know? But by swimming horses over the time you have a good judgment of looking back to land and see. You know, the type of horse and where you reach and that one. But you really have to can swim.
Have you ever encountered any strange happenings with sea creatures out there?
Yes, I do with some people call them seafowl and dolphin. I encounter dolphin that circle the horses, swim around and the seafowl, some call it tengelan, some call it seafowl. That rise on me one day out there, they take a lot of nerves because you're out there 2 o'clock in the morning, quiet place and
You can't see. You can't see anything.
No, you can't see. You understand?
So, trainer, when did it all start as a trainer for Patrick Fong?
Well, the same as I tell you was touch brandy. That's how I get my practice from. And then I think it's 92 I get my license. Train first. The train horses I take a double.
Wow.
it was name Damocles Slicer Simpson when the first race on.
Okay.
And Patrick Simile was the owner of the last race horse. And Murray. Murray ride the last race one.
Oh yes.
Yeah.
Smelly jacket.
Yeah. That's the day I take up it. That's the first time I was running my name as a trainer.
Okay, so that's 92. And we're now at 22, 30 years later. How has training been for you?
Up and down. Like a seesaw. But I've had some good moments in racing.
What's your most memorable moment as a trainer?
Well, my most memorable race now, I would say winning a sprint race on the Diamond Mile Day with the Penelope.
Okay.
Beating the favorite by about a short head or a neck. And driving finish, came to the turn, second to last with the Cardenas with about 14 horses or 15. And getting up in time for win that race. That was one of the most memorable races for me.
Having gone away from the early 70s, where your parents didn't even know where you were for 4 years, would you change anything in life?
Well, I think I make a few mistakes along the way, which I don't think no man in life go through life without making mistakes, because I was kind of hard-headed. And the morning when I meet in that accident, I think I was being too brave, because that's one of my things that helped me in life, but it helped me down that day. Because I'm a man that know the alligator is there and go there go shoot fish. Him rush me, me rush him back. That's how brave I was when I was younger, you know. But I make few mistakes along the way. But it wasn't detrimental that I go to prison or anything like that. But you know, I would do a few things different. Yeah, I would do a few things different.
Where is Patrick Fong heading from now?
Well, I don't win a classic yet. I don't know if I can ever become a champion trainer, but it's in my dream. In my dream to win 2 classic, I run second in 2 of them, but never go as far as winning. And once I have the winners with me, I think I will go much further in racing, because it's not the end of my dream in racing. And I get to understand racing a little more better now. And I have a set of winners that stick with me through thick and thin.
Who would you say is the best horse you have seen race here?
Well, that's a hard task, but I think it's Eros. So far, I think it is Eros. Because Eros is a catch me if you can, and if you don't catch him, if you don't go for him, you cannot beat him, and if you go for him, you cannot finish. I yet to see us take on Eros from the road go to the winning post and beat him.